Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. It's your boy, and today we're talking about this. Now, I'm not no body expert or FBI physical expert on anything. That nigga fucking loves Kylie Jenner, and Kylie probably doesn't feel the same way about him. I kind of relate to this in a sense because in relationships, there's always a chaser and there's always someone that's being chased, if that makes any sense. And that might seem a little bit convoluted because you guys, you want to both chase each other to an extent. My relationships didn't last when I always try to get the finest, not the finest girl, but I'm always chasing the one that's unattainable. And you might get her, you might have her for a little while, but trust me, that relationship does not last. And as you can see in that video, I believe Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. Timothy probably loves Kylie Jenner like wholeheartedly. As you can see in that video, this nigga's like all in her face and all in her eyes, and Kylie's just kind of like not really reciprocating that same energy. You can kind of see it with just the body language and just the way that they're looking at each other. The eyes don't lie, Chico. The eyes really don't lie. But what I've found out through my extensive research in my history, in my relationship history, is that when you're often chasing somebody, they're not chasing you back. I've learned throughout the years that you always want to be the one that's being chased in a sense. You never want to feel like you're chasing the girl in a traditional relationship, in a sense that I'm a man and I'm not chasing the girl, because that dynamic hardly ever works anywhere in nature. Sure, there's dominatrixes, there's girls that love to be in control, but in reality, they want a strong man to lead the relationship. And if you're always lovey-dovey, if you're always asking her, what are you doing, where are you at, more than likely she's gonna find another man that doesn't do that and portrays that strong masculine figure and that strong head in the relationship. This also brings me to my next topic, is leading the relationship. It's good to be lovey-dovey. It's good to express your feelings and your emotions to your girl to an extent. If you're always acting some sort of way or always crying, I know it's a kind of a tough situation, a touchy situation. I mean, crying and, shedding your emotion in front of your woman. Some girls like that and some girls don't. I want to say the majority of girls don't want to see their man break down, fucking cry. But, some girls do. By revealing all those emotions, you kind of play into their hand. You kind of give them all the chips. They become the strong individual in the relationship. And like I said, those dynamics really don't work in a traditional relationship. There's this little bit of ambiguity. I'm not saying don't ever cry in front of your girl, because if something happens that's super tragic, that for whatever reason that you can't help it, there's super minor exceptions. I don't want to go into detail because I just don't really want to. You guys know what I'm talking about. The moral of the story is you never want to be chasing that object, because the more you chase it, the more it goes away. And it's happened to me in past relationships, believe it or not. I wasn't always, but I was the one chasing and wanting to, make the thing work. But in reality, I was just pushing it further away. And I really wasn't focused on myself. And that's mainly one of the big issues in relationships that I see today. I always see guys always wanting something from the woman, And in reality, you gotta have to want it for yourself. This is kind of like a controversial topic, but I do believe that men are the prizes in a relationship. Yes, you heard me correct. I do believe that men out there are the prizes in a traditional relationship. I say this because a man and a woman, this is just the traditional relationship aspect. A man and a woman, they go together. If the woman is typically in a higher stature or status than a man, those relationships in that dynamic never works out. In the wilderness, if you want to call it that, the woman is on the man's shoulder and the man is basically leading the pack, or his family, or her in a sense. And it's always good to have a sense of direction, always good to have a plan. Generally speaking, those are the relationships that work, that dynamic works. So when you see something like that happening in the wild, you kind of feel for the guy, because you could see he's so infatuated, so in love with the girl, and you could tell she's just like, whoa, like, this is too much. Like, you're too invested in me. You're not really invested in yourself, which in turns makes you a better person and makes you a more prolific person in each other's lives. There's a lot of importance to be had on focusing on yourself. I'm not saying it just for the guys to focus in on themselves. I'm talking about the women too, because if a woman's the same way about the man, always infatuated, always, that's amazing, that's great. But if she's too much into that, then she starts to let her morals or everything just start to slip, and just kind of invest everything into that relationship, which she's supposed to do in turn, but also supposed to use that energy for herself and make herself better, and through change and evolution in a sense. So when I see things like that, it always shows me that it's always good to have a woman chase you instead of you chasing the woman. 9 times out of 10, those dynamics just don't work. When you're always chasing the woman, how are you getting your bread, bro? How are you focusing on your gains? How are you, feel me? Like, how are you developing as a man? You're not really doing that. You're putting all this energy into this girl, and she can't support you. She can't give you that job. She can't give you that promotion. She can't get you to that new status level. The only person that can do that is you. When I see that on a grand scale, it kind of just reminds me and reminisces that everybody's human. Everybody falls under those same patterns in society. It's really crazy. So one thing to take away from this video: invest time in yourself, invest time into your plan, which is what you would want to do and get paid for. Also invest time in your partner too, to an extent. You can't always be on them like, oh, where you at, that's kind of, you're kind of pushing it away by trying to attract it so much. And yes, girls do like it when you do show that you care and that you're thinking about them, but to a certain extent, because like if you're talking to them 24 hours a day, you're texting them back as soon as they text back. I'm not saying not to do that. If you have the time, do that. But in reality, you're basically putting all your energy into this woman. And if she were to leave, or if she were to get ghost on you just because she doesn't like that behavior, she thought you were a real G and really, really had your shit in order, you're gonna fucking fall apart and break down because you invested so much time and happiness into this person. I'm not saying not to invest any time or happiness into this person, but to an extent, man. And that's just the story of the day, and that's kind of how it goes. I know it's a short one. I seen this on Twitter or X, whatever you guys want to call it, and it kind of just resonated with me. Hopefully what I said connects to some of you guys out there and helps you guys in your own relationship. I'm gonna keep on doing these videos, whatever is relevant, whatever pertains to me and what I think I can help people with. I'm gonna keep on filming these type of videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, bro. I need to get to 100, bro. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.